Welcome back to Life and Living. In this next segment, we're talking all about volunteerism with two women who are setting an example for all of us. They are Meghan Moran, who is the Assistant Director of Student Engagement at Caldwell University, and Tibi Mathew, who is a recent graduate at Caldwell University. Congratulations, Tibi. Very exciting. Finally graduating, and also very exciting that Caldwell once college is now Caldwell University. We're so thrilled for our friends over there. So
yeah, we couldn't be happier. Thank you.
Yes, for all of you and all of you graduates, that's an exciting change. But we're talking right now about volunteerism, what it means and why it's really part of the core of Caldwell University's philosophy. Meghan, I'll start with you. Why is this an important element in the education process of your students?
Throughout the 4 years, we want them to grow. And I think doing volunteer work, stepping outside the box and maybe volunteering somewhere where maybe they wouldn't want to or wouldn't have the opportunity to do, I think it enables the students to really grow in a positive way and making those connections with the outside world.
So you've seen personal growth within the students by offering them this opportunity to reach out and to impact others. You see that it actually helps the students grow.
Yeah, I mean, Tibi is a prime example of how, I mean, she came in great anyway, but she's grown and so a lot of the other students, and it's just nice to see how they come in and maybe they're shy or they're apprehensive or about meeting people, and then by the end they're so excited and they want to go on mission trips and they want to help others and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, you go into college and people tell you, you're going to figure yourself out, but nobody tells you, what that means or what you have to do. And for me personally, it's been stepping out of my comfort zone, traveling, and then realizing I do enjoy this, and I've learned more about myself by helping other people. It's such a paradox, but it works.
How did you first realize that the opportunity was here at Caldwell University for you to get involved and to begin some volunteerism efforts?
When I was doing my research for colleges, that was actually on the page, like how they have opportunities to travel. I'm like, that's it. It's a factor I'm looking into.
So was it the travel or was it the volunteer work?
It was both. I enjoy traveling and then I enjoy volunteering, so it was just a win-win.
Yeah.
So how do we get the students started? They walk in, they're freshmen, they don't know what to expect. How do we let them know immediately that being a volunteer and that reaching out is going to be part of their culture here at Caldwell?
Well, all freshmen on their freshman orientation are invited to do a day of volunteer work. So right from the beginning.
Is that Caldwell Day?
Caldwell Day is something different a little bit later. But yeah, this is just for the freshman class. So this year it's going to be about 360 students that will go out and serve in the local community. And it just makes them aware that we are a Dominican institution who is rooted in community service and servicing others. And I think it's a nice way for our entire student body to come together. And I say it's a nice icebreaker for the freshmen too, because they're coming in August, they really don't know everyone, and then they're able to paint and move mulch and whatever they're doing and play with little kids, but they get to create community within each other, within the group.
In what ways will they have the opportunity to serve? There are a number of programs. Let's talk about them.
The college as a whole, we have Midnight Run, which is a nonprofit organization that's based out of New York City that we go 4 times throughout the year. Tibi has gone on it, and it's just we take 10 students and we take food and clothing into New York City, and we go and serve those.
Tibi, how did this trip impact you the first time you went on Midnight Run?
I was definitely nervous because you're going in and you're going to go to help people, but are they going to speak to you? How are they going to react? And you're working with homeless people in New York City. And Meghan went in, she knew them, knew them by name. That was great to see, so it made you comfortable. You knew that they wanted to connect with you. So I was nervous at first, but then they want to speak with you. They want to know your story.
So it's not just handing out food. You sit down and you have conversations.
Yeah, you build
get to
bridges and you build relationships, and it's it's not just a surface level conversation.
That's the best part. I think I go and I'm like, don't be scared when I walk out of this van. I'm gonna give hugs to all my friends, and I'm hugging and kissing them, asking how they've been. And these are just random guys on the street that honestly, if I wasn't part of this, I would never interact with them, but and all the students are like, whoa, and then by the end of it, they're like, they were so nice.
And, and you didn't expect that. And Meghan clearly is a mentor and someone who's setting the example for you and for all of us, really. But you've gone on some other trips, and they're far beyond just going into New York for the night. Tell us about Kentucky.
Kentucky, I went my sophomore year, and we went there for Workfest.
Workfest is part of the Christian Appalachian Project? Okay.
So we spent a week down there, and what happened was the week before there was a tornado that hit the area, so we were working on disaster relief. So we went to visit houses, and we helped clean up the debris and everything. We saw photographs of families, we saw dolls, we saw people's clothing on the floor. So it was just like, we're cleaning up somebody's house that's outside.
Was it emotional?
It was because there's some things that you have personally, you know, and you see this tornado that just struck and hit everything down. But you knew you had to do it, and people were so blessed by it. I remember the last day, a man came and was sharing how we were angels to them. And you don't even realize, even though you might not speak to every family, you're just helping them hands-on, and, you know, it really hits home.
The impact that you're having on their life.
Yeah.
It's had an impact on your life, though, and you've, in fact, just recently changed directions in terms of what you thought you were going to do and what you plan to do now. Tell us about it.
So I went into college thinking, you know, I'm going to go to medical school, and then I learned about public health, and I learned how much I recognized my skills of leadership through service trips, and I realized, like, this is how I want to address the issues. For example, when we went down to Belize, we noticed that there was pink eye with the kids, you know, and it's just simple education or talking to the officials in the area and helping them to implement policies or, you know, programs to help people in the community. I realized, like, I want to be part of this.
Meghan, that Belize trip is really impactful for the students and for the people there. What goes on in Belize, and what is the need?
Yeah, so I think when I said to the students we're going to Belize, they're like, why Belize? But the best part about Belize is that it's an English-speaking country, and there is a lot of need down there. Our students stayed in a little town called Punta Gorda of 4,000 people, and every day we traveled about an hour and a half on a dirt road into the middle of the jungle. And these people, these great, vibrant village people were there, and we helped them build a church. The first day we got there, our two vans pulled up, we got out, and we immediately joined in a big circle for prayer before we started our first day of building. And they loved it. The children didn't go to school that week because they just wanted to stay and hang out with us. But there's so much need down there. They didn't have running water until a few years ago in the village that we were at. They still don't have electricity in the village that we were in. So it's a desperate, But we came in and we made great friends, and the villagers really enjoyed having us there.
Well, you are making such a difference, not just for the students who you teach and who you mentor through this volunteer program, but to all of the people who you've reached out and touched worldwide, and now us through this program. So I want to thank you both, and I want to wish you the best of luck with your continued volunteer efforts. And I want to encourage our audience to get out there and find ways that you can help, because what we're trying to do is spread the word so that you understand how this can not only help others, but also help yourself as well. So don't go anywhere. We're coming up with more Life and Living right after this. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.